Shuki here with a review of the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Mega Morph. Cycle with Red Ranger, Copter with Blue Ranger, and Cycle with Yellow Ranger. So this is the first assortment of the Mega Morph vehicles that they're doing in this line. They are called Mega Morph because, as you can see from the bottom of Red's package here, or Blue's is in the frame too, they go from a Ninja Star mode to their vehicle mode with a simple, like, one-click transformation sort of thing. And it's actually pretty neat when it decides to work. But at the very least, this is our first wave with the 3 dudes and 2 different vehicles. As you can see right here, red and yellow are the same vehicle, except yellow's is a really cool lime green color. That'll probably fit a little bit better with the Rumble Tusk Megazord, while red's is a black and gold cycle that just looks a lot more normal and plain and stuff like that. So, these were $14.99 at my local Toys R Us. So as always with these are Zord Builder compatible and can click into various places on the actual Megazord to create backpacks and limbs and arms and stuff like that. So that about does it for these. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get these open and take a look. Alright, so here's this train wreck. And by train wreck, I mean presentation. The toys themselves are actually kind of cool. I was not expecting to like these as much as I do. So yeah, they're having some issues standing. Okay, red's standing. We're getting there. How about yellow? Yep. Hey, we did it! Blue can't actually stand because of the way it's made. But close enough. Alright, train wreck avoided. So here we are with the vehicles for Ninja Steel. And they're called Mega Morph because they have this honestly kind of cool, like, one-change gimmick going on. And it both helps and hinders them a little bit. They're very chunky cycles, and we'll kind of get to that. And the Copter is a little bit of an embarrassment, but I actually really like the Copter. But we'll get to that. So they're not the best in terms of actual, like, neat lookingness, but as toys, they're actually really fun, and we will get to that. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and move yellow out of the way because yellow is the same as red's. And we'll go ahead and move blue out of the way and focus on this right off the bat. So each one comes with a horribly painted figure. They haven't really changed these bike figures since we started getting these kind of things in Super Mega Force. So yeah, what you see is what you get. It is horribly painted, other than the slight detail on the helmet. They're all the same body, nothing new, nothing different. It honestly is very, very awful looking, and honestly these figures are kind of an embarrassment. Like, I get that they want to include a figure of some sort so that the bike has something to be ridden on with. That wasn't a good sentence, but you know what I mean. And it's kind of one of those things where if, like, a kid's getting a bike, chances are they probably have a 5-inch figure. So I'd rather the budget for this thing to go into making a little bit more solid of a toy. But I guess it is what it is. He can do stuff like this, and it's kind of scary. But just to prove a point, and it is like this for all of the available vehicles, you can take your action heroes, get them in a very similar position, have them grip the handlebars, have them grip the handlebars, have them grip the handlebars, and you're good to go. It doesn't look as fluid because of the kind of stance of the action heroes, but it works just fine. So there's no reason for this thing, honestly. So yeah, action heroes work a-okay, and obviously it's going to be like that on the bike and the Copter as well. So here is the bike, and the bike comes in 2 varieties. You get either the Red Ranger with a black and gold cycle, which looks very, very sleek, or you get the Yellow Ranger with a lime green and silver-ish, it's kind of more like a slate color, bike, and it looks very extravagant. So you either get sleek or you get crazy, one or the other, whichever you prefer. Unfortunately, my black one does not actually hold together all that well. My green one does a lot. So let's go ahead and demonstrate the transformation capabilities of these cycles, and then we'll get into the little Copter. So basically, like I said, these are a one like click change sort of gimmick, but they roll pretty well, all things considered. The back wheel is really thick. There's no kickstand or anything, so they actually kind of stand perfectly fine with no rider. When you get a rider on there, it's a little bit difficult to balance it, depending on what figure's on there. But on its own, stands pretty well, even without the kickstand, thanks to this wheel being so thick. So that is that. You do get a little bit of suspension there, hydraulics, whatever it may be. But to transform it, you're going to want to kind of raise this up just like that, so this will stay in like so. Fold this up. The front wheel will go inside of the rear wheel, and that will fold all the way up and click into place. And there you have it. Unfortunately, I feel the tab... Oh, there we go. There we go. It stayed this time. Awesome. So here we go. This is the kind of Ninja Star mode for the vehicle. And I have no idea if these are actually going to make their way into the show. Power Rangers used to do custom motorcycles and stuff all the time, but they stopped doing them recently unless they were actually in the Japanese show. I kind of hope these are, just because I think it would be really cool for the Rangers to like pull out a Ninja Star sized like motorcycle like this and then throw it, and it'll like grow and transform. So I'm kind of hoping, and as you can see, it's actually holding together like really well. So I lied about my black one being really bad. I just wasn't clicking it in far enough, I think. So it holds together extremely well. See, the handlebars popped up, but that was really about the only thing. It actually held together everything else perfectly fine. So that is very, very nice. And I'll do it real quick on the green one as well. So simply fold that up. And these are all kind of spring loaded, so getting them together is a little bit of a pain sometimes. Come on. Takes a bit of finagling. And there we go. There is the green one, which now isn't standing together as well as the black one, but it is what it is. So there is the green one. The handlebar part kind of comes up a little bit if you start waving it around too much, but all in all, it does hold together pretty well. And the transformation, you just push down the back of the seat right here, and just like that, if my finger wasn't in the way to catch that rear wheel. So thankfully we have another bike all ready to go, so we can hopefully do that again without absolutely destroying it. But all right, here, how do I hold this without it getting in the way? All right, here we go. Boom, just like that. It's actually really, really fun. I like it a lot. And it's neat. I'm glad they kind of stay together decently well. I guess it's kind of a your mileage may vary sort of thing, considering I've seen some people's that kind of just always want to pop up, and now I can't get that handlebar to go down like I did previously. But I don't know, but regardless, it's really cool. It's a transformation that's quick and fun, especially for the kids, so I like that a lot about these. So moving the cycles out of the way, here we have the Copter. Your figure kind of has to ride it like this, and it looks really stupid. If I had to ride a vehicle in which there was helicopter blades this close to my head, I would probably send it back, because that is terrifying to me. So let's get the Blue Ranger out of the way. And here's a little helicopter. It kind of looks cool as a vehicle. As a riding vehicle, obviously, I feel it's very impractical. I wish this was a little bit higher so the figure could kind of stand a little bit naturally on there, but it is what it is. It's all right, but transformation on this one's actually really, really fun. There is a little cannon that you could flip out here that I forgot to do before I started this video, so there's a little cannon there. And that is not part of the one click transformation, but it is there for you to flip. So that will fold down and click into place right there, and then this will go down, and these parts will fly upward. You're going to have to kind of hold them with your hand and get the pegs and those holes lined up, just like so, just like show, and make sure they're all lined up, and you push it together and you'll hear that click, And there you go. This part right here will swing around. There's a little peg right here and a little hole on that side. You just kind of stick it right there. Nice and easy. And there you have it. The button for the transformation is right there. Again, like all the others, it holds together pretty well. The little tail fin part does not like to stay in all that well because it's just barely held together on there. So that part's probably going to fly out a whole lot, but as you can see, it's holding in there pretty well. So these actually stay together nicely. So that's always a nice little touch, and I'm not really sure how to do this without setting it off completely. Maybe something like... Nah, I kind of ruined it a little bit, but you get the idea. It's nice and fully transformed now, and like I said, you just gotta pull out that little blaster. So there you have it. I like these quite a bit. You do have a Zord Builder port back here for the helicopter, and right here for the cycles. So you know what that means. Ninja Steel Megazord is here. For the the Copter, the instructions show you just flat out attaching it onto the arm right here while it's folded up, which admittedly looks really stupid. It's just like this flat plank attached to the side, and admittedly it looks really dumb as an arm in general for the Megazord. But one thing you can do that I think is pretty nice with the Copter, because the Copter doesn't have any clips or anything like that, it is very, very wobbly. Like all these pieces just kind of fling around, which is okay when there's a figure on it holding everything in place, but on its own, you got a whole lot of flop. But regardless, one thing I like to do is stick the Copter on the back of the Megazord here, and it kind of gives it a little bit of like these, there we go. Gets a little bit back heavy. There we go. It does have a little bit of a helicopter thingy back there, so it can go and fly around. Now, naturally, you could also flip it around. It does stick up off the back, and you can see all the little pieces wibbling and wobbling back there. But now he's got a front-facing cannon when he's flying with the helicopter, so that is something you could do with the helicopter attachment. If we take out the sword, bring the arm back here, you can take either of the two cycles and attach them onto the arm here, and you got a cycle for an arm. They've never really had a good way of engineering these with the Megazords. Dino Charges was alright for the most part, but none really other than that. I guess Super Mega Forces was okay, but I don't know. It's really dumb, and thanks to the fact that there's only ports on one side of these cycles, if you have both cycles, you can't actually use both of them at the same time unless you want to have one of the cycles be upside down and swinging around like that. And that looks really silly. Not that a bicycle for an arm is silly in the first place, but you know what I mean. But there is your Zord functionality, as stupid as it is. So overall, I actually really enjoy these, and I was not expecting to like them nearly as much as I do. They hold together pretty well when they're in their throwing star, ninja star, whatever mode, and the click to transform the vehicles is honestly very satisfying as long as you can get your fingers out of the way. I kind of wish there was a little bit of engineering there to give you a better place to hold on to get that transformation off, but at the very least, it's quick, it's easy, it's fun, and they hold together pretty well in the star modes as well. Now, I've heard some reports of them not really staying together well at all, but I'm happy to report that mine do. So, thumbs up from me, at the very least. And I honestly think I might actually continue picking these up, which is a far change from me not wanting to pick them up in the first place. I don't think I'm going to get repaints anymore. Having both of these cycles really does nothing to me. So I'll probably pick up any new vehicles that they do later on down the line, but not any repaints or just slight remolds. I think I'm going to stay away from those. But unfortunately, the figures that they come with look absolutely absurd and awful, and I really wish they would either do something about the figures or scrap the figures to give us better or bigger vehicles. If you want to display these, definitely use your action heroes. So that about does it for this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a cool video like this one. And as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.